he never went back to the United States.
He went to the India.
Huh? Oh no, he never went back to India. Since 1947, I suspect he never saw an independent India. I asked Swami Shantarupananji about that. He wasn't sure. But they said he had a direct connection to Holy Mother. Whenever you would ask him a question, sometimes he wouldn't give you a direct response. He said, wait. It is our belief that he had a direct telephone. You'd call Mother, and Mother asked the question and then wait for a response. During the last part of his life, when they were feeding Swami Seshananji, he would take food in his room, and there was a person named Mr. Bush. He was an elderly gentleman. He was the president of the non-sign American person. And he would feed Swami Seshananji. So when they feed this, he'd take Ensure, so like a drink, type of a special drink, and also this vanilla custard. So as they would feed Swami Seshananji, I noticed Swami, he would put the vanilla custard on Swami's spoon, and then Swami Seshananda would take it and put it in his chin, like this, in his chin. And so what would happen, you have food dropping down from his chin. And I asked Swami Shantarupananji, the assistant at the time, why is he doing this? And Swami Shantarupananji said, he's feeding the Divine Mother. And then he would take this cup of Ensure and he would drink it. And the first gulp, he would say, O Ma Mago, O Mother, O Ma Mago. As he kept saying it, the voice get louder, until finally he drank the whole thing. O Ma Mago. Put it there. Then one time, during a Q&A session afterwards, there was one gentleman, a Western gentleman, who asked Swami, if the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita is saying the Gita backward, you say the Gita backward, taggy, means renounce. If the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita is taggy, renounce, what is the meaning of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna? So, without any hesitation, Swami Seshananji said, Sha Sha Sa, means endure. It also means adjust. When we think of this, adjust. If you ever to see Swami Swahananda, he was always adjusting to all situations, to all people. Like Shiva, I said he was like Shiva. Shiva had what? Had a lot of demons around him. Swami Swahananda had a lot of these crazy people around him. All sorts of people. But Maharaj did not, he adjusted with everybody. This was his greatness. And further, he used to say, sometimes, Swami Seshananda, when we talk about adjustment, it's like when we're internally getting warm, because the world will have a way to heat us up. Different people will create friction within us. So as the temperature rises, he said, your sadhana, your japa, is like your cooling agent. Once your internal temperature starts to rise, the anger starts to rise, start doing the japa. Then all of a sudden, the AC will come down and keep you at a homeostatic temperature. So adjustment means always maintaining a homeostasis, always being even-minded. This is what we see the greatness in Swami Swahananda. Always the ability to adjust to situations, people, and just to life in general. So, Mark, should we begin? Okay, right. So he is one of the Swamis that you will see amongst many other stalwarts in our Ramakrishna order.
Once I asked Mahapurush Maharaj, Maharaj, there are so many deities in the Hindu religion. There's Kali, Jagadhatri, Shiva, Krishna, Radha, and so many devotees. And you have given me the holy name of Ramakrishna. He even said, the Holy Mother, I asked you about Holy Mother. He said, Holy Mother is in Sri Ramakrishna. Holy Mother is not different from Sri Ramakrishna. When you repeat Sri Ramakrishna's mantra, the Holy Mother's mantra is automatically repeated. Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna are not different. Then I said, what about Kali, Jagadhatri? Are these deities different? But no, they are all in Sri Ramakrishna. They have this faith that Sri Ramakrishna is Sarva Deva Devi Sarupa. He is the embodiment of all devas and devis. I said Kali, oh yes, Kali. I said Jagadhatri, oh yes, Jagadhatri. Sri Ramakrishna is Kali, Sri Ramakrishna is Jagadhatri, Sri Ramakrishna all forms. So when we should respect and salute all different forms, but you know that in your Ishta, in Sri Ramakrishna, all these deities are there.
In a word, it is God realization. And he declared that as God is infinite, the ways of reaching him are also infinite. Various are the ways. What is needed is one's wholehearted devotion and strong yearning for reaching him, irrespective of the path that he may be following.
Please understand that not that he wanted to prove the truth of all religions, but it happened that way. And so the universality of religion was established. And he said, so many faiths, so many ways to realize God, the same reality. In the Vedas, the oldest scriptures, we read, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. Truth is one, sages call it by various names.
Then Holy Mother was once asked, and that what is the special contribution of Sri Ramakrishna? I said, yes, harmony of religion is a wonderful idea, but I think natural renunciation, that unconsciously and automatically you could not touch it, quite. In his days of spiritual practices, he valued things and took a coin in his hand, a little heart in his hand. Heart represents the wealth, property, real estate, and money, which provides all the pleasures of life. And said, this cannot buy me God. This cannot give me God realization, which is the real valuable thing. So these are useless. They are useful, they are getting food and all that, but not big usefulness. When he says it is useless compared to that is the idea. So saying it through the Ganges. But of course later in joking, he said, of course, we are amused when we read it, Then I felt that Mother Lakshmi may get angry with me. I told her, Mother, Then I told, Mother, you remain in my heart. Anyhow, so the idea was the renunciation was the natural renunciation. In later days, he was so much attuned to this idea, as if his all the pores of his body he absorbed that idea, that in later days, whenever he would touch a coil, Narendra tested him by putting coil under his mattress. And he goes there, sits and jumps up, as if a scorpion bites, jumps up. Then of course they felt bad about it, that they tested him like that. And because his body was so attuned to this idea, that whenever it touched money, the head will bend. We had a Swami very jokingly used to say, yes, Sri Ramakrishna's hand by touching money used to bend. Ours also is bends, but bends into our pocket.
What is absolutely necessary is renunciation. That renunciation did not mean we should all leave our earthdom and become monks. He never said that. Wherever we may be, we must renounce the ego, our selfishness, our feeling of narrowness, which creates differences in our mind. That is what is called renunciation, which does not feel for the ego. Complete elimination of the ego, so that there can be no narrowness. There is no scope of narrowness in anybody, because we are all one. If one is hurt, I am hurt. If one is happy, I am happy. So it will be the code of conduct that we cannot harm another. If we harm another, we harm ourselves.
It's only for many of us, with all our high education, we think for spiritual life we have to read many books. Not many books are necessary. Just to chant the name of the God. We can't believe, because can it be so simple? It is so simple. Because when you begin to chant the Lord's name, things begin to change. I give you a very simple example. If you go on chanting, you may chant your own mantra. Whatever mantra you have, you chant. You give your own melody, you go on chanting in your house. Naturally, it makes a very pleasant occupation. Otherwise, your mind will think, oh yes, she is not good. She wrote this thing. And so many complaints about all the people around and all the mistakes you did, and so the time goes on in a very absolutely useless way. Now, instead of becoming unhappy by thinking of useless things, you become happy. Chanting the Lord, after even about 10 or 15 minutes, you can feel the change that has come over you.
I want your holy name to vibrate in every part of my being. When I repeat your holy name, I am not singing. Every part of my body will repeat the holy name. This hand will, this is the holy name, repetition of the holy name. And every part will feel that. You feel that the mantra that I am doing japa, that mantra, my whole body from the toe to the crest of the head is participating in my mantra japa. See? feels that the whole, I am one with every part of the body. Now, not that each part has become a spiritual aspire. This body has been spiritualized, and from the toe to the crest of this mantra, this holy name is elevated. And then Father, he has to also feel that your holy name is not merely being repeated in this body-mind, but the whole universe is singing your holy name. The sky is singing, the mountains are singing, the trees are singing, the waters are singing, all human beings are repeating your holy name, cosmic holy name. And I want that holy name within me. I shall feel that the whole universe is going to jump out of me. The whole universe with all men, women, wherever they are joining me in my mantra.
Mantra means a sacred word. In the beginning of the word was God, the word was flesh. That word became flesh, we call mantra Chaitanya. It will become a living and conscious. It is something like you are calling God, but you don't get any answer. Because God has an unlisted number. So in order to attain that goal, we have to meditate. Every day. Even if it is dark, still you should continue your meditation. St. John on the Cross called the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul comes to every individual, because higher we go, greater the struggle. And there is only way that we can surmount all our difficulties. Inner strength, which comes from purity of life. You will sing the song. Silent night, holy night, I want to change it. Silent life, holy life. And holy life, when I speak, it comes from meditation. Dhyana. I have seen Swami Swahananda in his last 5 years, when he became the Guru. He used to spend about 3 or 4 hours at a space in meditation. But his meditation was not our meditation. When you meditate, we record all things that come from outside. One time there was a kind of discussion next to the discussion was there. And Gulab came, you boys are not fit to be a monk. You make such a noise. You see. There Swami Swahananda is meditating and have no consideration. Then she reported to Swami Swahananda that she stoned his boys. But Gulab, boys are after all boys. They will make little noise. They have left home and back to find inner peace. But when I meditate, I tell my mind your own business. I have not heard any noise. It did not disturb me. There is no good in telling you like Shiva, unconcerned, indifferent. But anyway, this meditation is the withdrawal of the mind from the periphery and fastening into the center. In the center, there is the infinite spirit.
Once I asked him how can one have bhakti, devotion? At once he said by sadhu sangha, the company of the holy. The company of the holy is the most effective means of developing bhakti. Because when you see the bhaktas, you remember that they are all bhaktas of God. And when you see a real bhakta doing japa, or doing puja, spreading flowers, for what? For worship. So these are the holy associations, the satsang, sadhu sangha. By sadhu sangha, one can attain bhakti. Sadhu sangha means if you meet a holy man, that is very fortunate. But even if you do not meet holy man, you meet persons who are devoted to God, they are worshipping, they are praying, they are singing. All these things are included in sadhu sangha. And by sadhu sangha, your mind unconsciously acquires the traits of bhakti.
And then what's the way of finding God? And that is the message which Sri Ramakrishna, as foremost disciple Vivekananda, made a special point to preach. Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. That means serve God in man. You cannot find a better place to serve. That does not mean you don't have temples where you do not worship God, or you don't have places of pilgrimage where you do not go in search of God. We surely do that. And we will surely continue to do that. But we will also have something more. To see God in every being. That is why Swamiji afterwards made the motto of the Ramakrishna mission. Atmana mokshartam jagadhitayata. For one's own salvation and for the good of the world. What is that good of the world? We often see the Ramakrishna mission goes around in India and feeds the hungry, clothes the naked. That's good. But it is not really that what we do. We know very well if you are hungry and if we give you food, you will be hungry again. If we give you a piece of cloth, it will be torn, you will need again. Behind that is that we see the divine in every being. By serving the person, we do not really serve the person, but we serve the Lord in the person. If you can worship Him in the temple, in an image, here is a living image. Of course, all of us know it very well. It is hard to worship a living being than an image or a portrait. Image does not speak. It does not protest. And then whatever you offer to the image, you can get back. But what you will offer to a living image does not come back. After you have served him very well, still he will be grumbling and complaining. Very hard. And the best test of how good Vedantini we are will be tested there. Do you really want to realize Brahman? Do you feel that hunger within you, that thirst within you? Do you ever feel that without God you cannot live? Have you passed a sleepless night because you have not realized God? Look within. If you pass one night, miss 1 hour of sleep, next day you go to the shop and buy sleeping pills. That's what we do. So much conscious about body, so much conscious about comforts. We all want religion, but a little comfortable religion. Easy going religion you want. How many has this hunger for God? All practices what we do really, call it bhakti yoga, call it jnana yoga, all this is just to create this hunger in us, this thirst, this yearning for God. When it is created in you, or you don't have to have any more spiritual practice, this itself will bring God realization. That is what Sri Ramakrishna says.
One time Sri Ramakrishna asked Rakhal to gently massage his feet. You see, Rakhal came from a very rich family and he thought that was the duty of servants to massage. And so he said, I can't do that, sir. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, why don't you just touch my feet? And then as he touched his feet, he began to see gods and goddesses floating around him. In those whose spiritual eye has opened, what would they see but spirit? We have many stories to prove that. There is God everywhere. You see the wall, you see the benches, you see this, everything as matter and material. But to those whose spiritual eye has opened, they see nothing but spirit.
It is very difficult to answer. But we believe, this is our faith, that the relics of Sri Ramakrishna will be kept, and where there will be the daily worship, and also both householders and renunciates will meditate on the Ishta, the chosen ideal. There will be shrine, will be a citadel of strength, a magazine of power.
One time, Maharaj told me himself that such evil thoughts arose in him that he was even afraid to approach Sri Ramakrishna. Then he said, come here, hold out to your tongue. And he wrote something. And then I told him, yes, when it comes to Sri Ramakrishna, he did everything for you, but when it comes to us, he can only scold us. Then he said, no. 3 times he said this, no. I see that Thakur is doing everything for you. 3 times he repeated that.
I have learned one lesson from Sri Ramakrishna. One chanting the Lord name of God. And it will do you everything. And this verse I always remembered. Holy Mother was visited by a number of devotees and asked advice. Her one simple advice is, repeat the name of the Lord. People, it may think, how can you give such a simple advice? But in this simple advice, everything is there. So that is for everybody under all conditions.